Another day, another across the NBA. We are witnessing an alien. Victor Wembanyama, not an ender, please, guys.
Defensively, I think he can impact the
Wemby,
game
my god, man.
without
We have
any
a 7'5" goddamn shooting guard in the NBA who is one of the best defenders in the league already. It's so over for the league, man. Yeah, once he gets a solid team around him, it's over. It's just completely over. And this game kinda mirrored in a lot of ways the first game these two teams played 2 days ago, which is the Suns and the Spurs, as Devin Booker played this time, and he was very rusty to start this game out, and the Spurs got off to a huge lead after making a lot of three-pointers, and they were holding onto a 20-point lead for pretty much the whole first three quarters. And it was great to see Devin Booker back as he met Wemby on his first play of the night. Yeah. He had 3 fouls early in the second quarter, which kind of fired him up, and he started going and he started playing much better as he helped the Suns come back into this lead in the fourth quarter. But once the game was in reach, he did not get a shot attempt essentially. And the Spurs continued to bomb away from the 3-point line, getting whatever they wanted in the paint. The Suns lacked some of the effort, especially on display. You can see that the effort was not completely there from them as it was from the Spurs who just wanted it more. And it was hilarious. It was goddamn hilarious to see the Spurs just throwing it up to Wemby, man. Fuck it, Wemby out there somewhere. The dude walking to a free at the end of the second quarter and hit the dagger three-pointer, man. And then the dude walked into a three-pointer dagger after a crossover move in the fourth quarter. Just absurd, man. He was sensational in the fourth quarter, and he's an absolute monster. And even more special thing is that he's built for this, man. He wants those clutch moments, and you don't see this in those young players. He wants every goddamn part of it. He's special. On the court, off the court, just built different, man. Just gotta appreciate greatness as we are witnessing it. It's special. The only negative thing for the Spurs is that Devin Vassell got hurt during this game, and he will miss some time. And yeah, the Suns obviously need to get Book into game shape more and need the defense kinda getting better. We'll see what happens there. The Suns obviously have some issues that they have to fix themselves, whether it is defense, whether it is some effort issues, whether that is shot distribution. There is some things that will need to be, of course, be done there, and they need Bradley Beal back, obviously. Shocking, I know. 3-2 for the Spurs right now. They beat the Suns back-to-back in their building. Wemby aced the goddamn Kevin Durant test, man. And Devin Booker test, if you want to call it that way. Paolo was tired of people talking crazy finally, and he was sensational in the Magic, getting a huge victory over the Jazz. As he hit the game winner, he was very aggressive. He got to the line a ton. He made a lot of good layups, made a lot of good solid plays overall. And it was great to see him as assertive and as aggressive as I pretty much expected from the get-go. Still, the jumper is as ugly as it gets, but he made one big three-pointer in the fourth quarter in the clutch and was overall just clutch all around, which is great. And this Magic team needs to build around that defensive identity. They have a lot of good defenders, and they have a lot of willing defenders, a lot of people that just want it more. I mean, look at Mo Wagner, look at Jalen Sachs, man. Jalen Sachs just makes winning plays. He just is out there hustling for everything, giving his body to everything. He doesn't take a no for an answer, as yeah, some would say. He is special. He is really special. And that defensive identity needs to be polished. And they weren't great defensively in the first half, and they got after it in the second half. Got a lot of fast break buckets, got a lot of transition points, and they outpaced the Jazz in that way. And it was great to see Anthony Black get his first playing time in meaningful minutes, with Markel Fultz being out. He made some really nice decisions, made some really good cuts without the ball, where he got some easy layups, easy dunks, and made one incredible, insane layup and was really solid defensively. Then you have the sixth man of the year candidate, Cole Anthony, man. Cole Anthony, man, he's so good. Cole Anthony is awesome. He can do a little bit of everything offensively. Plays with that, I don't know how to call it. He plays also with an edge, I would say, or I guess an edge is the right word here, and he has great basketball feel, and is sensational for this bench and leading the bench unit and essentially being one of their best jump shooters in this team. They started Gary Harris in place of Markel Fultz and, for some spacing, but he was kind of non-existent today. Still, at least they had a guy, spacing out the floor more for Franz Wagner, for Paolo Banchero, and Yusuf Wendell Carter get more open three-pointers. He hit some today. Franz Wagner was better shooting-wise also. We'll see how that perimeter shooting and jump shooting will be for them throughout the season. It will be very much up and down probably, but they have some potential there also. As for the Jazz, John Collins was really good today. He has been playing pretty solidly. Lauri Markkanen, I don't need to tell you about how good he is actually. The one thing is Jordan Clarkson has been really struggling. He has not been himself so far this season. He has been missing a lot of solid shots, man, and has just been kind of indecisive in some of them. But it will probably fall eventually, right? For Jordan Clarkson, we also know who he is in this league, and he has just had a rough start. That's it, probably. You had Walker Kessler struggling for the Jazz, as he's just not as confident as he was last year so far. He had 5 blocks today. Hopefully, it will help him with his confidence. Then we had the Pistons in New Orleans. No Zion today on a back-to-back. Jalen Duren was back, and it was still very much ugly for the Pistons, as they just have no spacing around Kate, man. Killian Hayes and Ausar Thompson are just not good enough spacers, and Killian Hayes fairly just does not deserve those minutes in there. Get Marcus Sasser in there, get Jaden Ivey in there starting. Even Joe Harris, man. Get anyone else but Killian Hayes. Like on some other teams where he could be a defensive guy, I can see where they have enough shooting, I can see him getting some minutes, but this Pistons teams just need something different in my opinion. And Kate, it's just max up the spacing for Kate so much. The passing lanes are all squished together, and he has rough times, passing out of that, and he has had some bad turnover games thanks to that. Pretty much every game. So that is that. Not loving the intensity defensively from him also, from Kate, that is. But I feel like it could be affected by just being frustrated with those passing lines, not essentially being the main threat offensively, and maybe the only threat offensively, really. I mean, Ausar Thompson had like 4 goddamn air balls, and I love Ausar. I think he's gonna be really good in this league, but yeah, it was nasty today. This Pistons team has fight in them, but they just need playable shooters. Their second best playable shooter is Marcus Sasser, probably. He was really good today shooting wise. And Joe Harris was also really good today, so he is probably their best shooter overall. But is he playable actually, or is it just spurts? I don't know. You tell me. CJ McCollum had back-to-back really impressive games for the Pels. He has been better and better. And Jonas Valanciunas was also really good today. Herb Jones did his thing defensively. And you had Matt Ryan, man, out there just sniping. He was really good today. And he made every important 3 turnovers, probably. And lastly, another Sixers-Raptors matchup. Scotty Barnes started off as confident as it gets in both halves of this game. He took way too many threes for my liking, but I love the confidence. He seems as confident as it gets, and I think it will pay off for the Raptors. On the other side, there is Pascal Siakam, who is just not aggressive enough so far this season. He had a really good game. I'm not sure if it was last night or the night before. Last night, I suppose, right? It was against the Bucks. But still, he has been kind of weird for them so far, Pascal Siakam, that is. And the Sixers are really great defensively. They have a really good defensive identity and effort, not only on the court, but off the bench. Tobias Harris has been really good to start the season. He has been so far a really great number 3 option. Embiid has been as dominant as it gets, and Maxey is just awesome to watch with his speed and his agility and quickness and everything. It's awesome to watch. So this Sixers team, I like it. I like what they are doing so far. We'll see how the new additions will play and what will go into that. Maxi and Tobias both played 40 minutes today, so that's the Nick Nurse special, I guess. And that was across the NBA today. Yeah, it was, man, Wemby is special. Be kind to yourself and to others as always, and peace.